Here's a quick video to show coaches how to set up a field for their baseball games in Mason Little League. You first need to locate your field box for your field, which contains your bases and other equipment you might need. The field boxes are locked with padlocks. Simply insert your key, turn to the right, and let the padlock release. Slide the release lever to the left, and you should be able to open the lid. The first thing you'll want to locate is the string or twine, usually wrapped around a long spool like this. Using a partner to help you, unwind the string along the first base line from the back corner of home plate all the way out to the grass. If you don't have somebody to help you, you can anchor one end of the string with a nail or a spike into the ground about 1 inch behind the back corner of home plate. Next, locate the small plastic shed that contains the field liner. These should contain the field liner itself as well as extra bags of chalk to refill as needed. So before getting started, be sure to open the lid of the field liner to make sure there's enough chalk in there. If you need to add more, do so. Next, position the liner on home plate where the white guide line on top of the machine lines up with the string on the ground. You'll use this as your guide as you walk along the path. The lever on the left side of the machine controls how much chalk is used. If the lever is in the topmost position, the vent is closed. If it's in the middle notch, it will release a 2-inch chalk line. If it is in the bottom notch, as shown here, it will release a 4-inch chalk line. Go ahead and use the 4-inch notch for lining the first baseline and third baseline. Now you are ready to start walking towards the grass using the string on the ground and the white guide line on the top of the liner as your guides. Chalk the line from home plate all the way out to the grass. Once you reach the grass, be sure to use the lever on the left side of the machine to close the chalk vent before you turn around and return to home plate. Repeat the same process to line the third base line. Next, locate the measuring tape from within the field box. For T-ball and 6U, you'll need to chalk an additional foul line, the 15-foot arc line, which is used as an extra foul line when hitting off of a tee. The easiest way to do this is to have a partner hold one end of the tape measure at the back corner of home plate, while you unwind the tape measure to 15 feet. Then, draw a line in the dirt using the point of the tape measure by keeping the line nice and tight and walking the length of the arc. Then you're ready to use the chalk liner to lay chalk over the line you just drew. I usually use the 2-inch chalk line for this. Remember, for 6U, this chalk line is only used when the batter is hitting off of the tee. Now we're ready to lay down the bases. We start by measuring from the back point of home plate. Once you've measured the distance required for your division, make a little mark in the dirt. Then grab the base and position it with the edge of the base on the foul side of the chalk line and the back edge of the base on the line you just marked in the dirt. Repeat this same process to place third base, and a similar one for second base. When you're all done, put all the equipment back into the field box and lock it up. To do so, close the lid, slide the lever back to the right to the locked position, and just use your thumb to push in on the lock. In rare cases, I found that you might need to use the key to turn and close the lock. And finally, before you leave, help us maintain the fields by raking. You can typically find the field rake near the field box. You normally should rake around home plate and anywhere else on the field that got a lot of wear during your game or practice. And lastly, if you are setting up your field and notice wet spots from previous days of rain, you can usually find some field dry in the box with the chalk liner. Field dry works a lot like kitty litter. Pour some in the wet spots, let it stand for a minute, then use the field rake to spread it around and absorb all of the moisture. Please do not use this on a pitcher's mound. We have special clay for those mounds. Contact an MYO board member or the equipment manager and report any issues with pitching mounds. If you have any other questions related to field setup, please contact your division commissioner. Have fun and good luck in your games.